Preparing for filing your income tax return but don't know what are the new changes that are applicable in your case for FY 2021? Well, in today's video, we will show you what are the new income tax changes in income tax rules that you need to be aware of before you file your income tax return for FY 2021. With the start of every new financial year, Income Tax Department releases the new form, and with these new forms comes disclosure requirement in your ITR that you need to follow while you file your income tax return. So watch this video till the very end to know what are the changes with respect to new tax regime and old tax regime, taxability of dividend income, how to navigate through a pre-filled ITR, and how these will individually impact your income tax return. So without further ado, let's begin. Hey there, welcome back to the Sonia Davar Show. I'm Sonia Davar, Chartered Accountant and Business Finance Coach, and on this channel we share with you all the tips, tools and resources you need to start and grow your profitable business, save lakhs of rupees on taxes and build your own wealth. When you finish watching this episode of the Sonia Davar Show, you will be informed of the new changes that you need to be aware of while filing your income tax return, such as the impact of old tax regime versus new tax regime, taxability of dividend income, TDS and TCS rates applicable in your income tax return, pre-filled ITRs, and so much more. When the Finance Minister declares the Union Budget in February every year, some changes were announced in income tax rules as well. These changes are brought into effect from 1st April 2021. That's when the new financial year also begins. So when you file your income tax return for FY 2021, you will not only have to be informed for the changes that were applicable from 1st April 2020, but also for the changes that were applicable from 1st April 2021, which will also have an impact on your ITR for FY 2021 as well. So in today's video, I will highlight all the important changes that you need to be aware of before you start filing your income tax return for FY 2021. The first point is to pick the right ITR form. You need to pick the right ITR form out of the 7 different forms that the Income Tax Department releases every year, and these forms are applicable to people fulfilling different conditions such as the residential status and the income earned from various sources. For example, you can choose ITR 1 or Sahaj only if you are a resident individual and your total income for FY 2021 is less than 50 lakh of rupees, and you are earning income from salary, income from one house property, and income from other sources. That means you should not be having more than one house property where you are earning your income from. You should not be having income from business or income from profession, and you don't have income from capital gain. Other conditions for applicability of ITR form is you cannot file an ITR form if you are a director in any company, or if you are a shareholder in any unlisted company, and if you are holding any foreign assets or foreign securities. So even if you are holding one share of Google through various platforms by way of holding foreign securities while you are a resident of India, you are not eligible to file ITR 1. So you have to choose the right ITR which is applicable in your case. And don't worry, I have a separate episode on how to choose the right income tax return, so watch out for that. There will be a link in the description below. The second point that you need to keep in mind before you start filing your income tax return is you get to choose from the 2 tax regime that is applicable from FY 2021. So if you are an individual not having a business or professional income, you get to choose every year before you file your income tax return whether you want your income to be taxed as per old tax regime or you want your income to be taxed as per new tax regime. If you go with old tax regime, you pay your taxes at higher rate, but you also get the benefit of claiming tax deduction under various sections. From FY 2021, Union Budget introduced a new tax regime where you will be allowed to pay taxes as per a reduced slab rates, but you will be taken away all the tax deductions and exemptions that were earlier applicable as per the old tax regime. If you draw a salary, you get to choose every year which tax regime you want to choose to pay your taxes and also to file your income tax return according to that particular tax regime. But if you are running a business, then this year becomes even more important because this is the only year where you get to choose whether you want to tax your business income as per old tax regime or you want to tax your business income as per new tax regime. Once you choose in this year, you will not be able to change the tax regime for your business for any future years until you are running that particular business. So you need to consider all the long-term implications of the choice that you make between the old tax regime and the new tax regime before you file your income tax return for FY 2021. The third most important point that you need to keep in mind before you file your income tax return for FY 2021 is dividend income. Is that dividend income is taxable from FY 2021. Before FY 2021, for dividends to shareholders or profits to mutual fund schemes, the company or the mutual fund used to bear the brunt of the taxes before they distributed the dividend to its shareholder or the mutual fund holders. The companies and the mutual funds houses would used to pay dividend distribution tax before they even distributed the dividend in the hands of shareholders. And once the dividend is received in the hands of shareholders, that used to be exempt because a tax is already paid on that dividend amount by the company. From FY 2021, this has been reversed and now the dividend distribution tax has been abolished and all the dividend has now become taxable in the hand of shareholder or the mutual fund scheme holder, and you will have to start paying tax on the dividend income that you receive for FY 2021. And now the company and the mutual fund houses would also deduct TDS on your dividend income and deposit the TDS to the income tax department, and you can see this amount of TDS and the total income earned in your Form 26 AS. So don't forget to check out the details and the income that you have received towards dividend for FY 2021 in your bank account would be after deducting TDS. So don't consider that the money that is received in your bank account is the final amount of income that you need to report in your ITR. Always check your Form 26 AS to know the correct amount of income, because what you receive in your bank account would be after reducing your tax deducted at source, and it would be the balance amount. You will need to consider your income as the gross amount, which is before deducting this TDS. So report your dividend income correctly. You are also responsible to pay advance tax on your dividend income and report this dividend income that you have received every quarter in your income tax return, so that your advance tax liability is also computed accordingly while you file your income tax return. The fourth important point that you need to keep in mind before you file your income tax return is pre-filled ITR. Use this with very caution and ensure all your income is disclosed correctly in your pre-filled ITRs. So don't just blindly accept the ITR and the numbers that are pre-filled coming into the income tax return, because the income tax portal, which is newly launched by the income tax department, is showing a lot of glitches, and many a times the numbers that have been reflected in the pre-filled ITR are not computed correctly. So you are responsible to file your income tax return, and if the numbers are not correct, you have to prove that the numbers that you are reporting are correct, and don't just take the pre-filled ITR as the final step. Do your due diligence, compare your numbers with 26 AS, and then update the correct amount. I have seen various ITR forms where the pre-filled income does not consider the salary that has been reflected in Form 26 AS. So make sure when you get the pre-filled data, you do the cross-checking completely with your Form 26 AS or your Form 16 before you file your income tax return. From FY 2021, pre-filled ITRs would also include your income from capital gain and income from dividend income and your interest from banks and post office. So make sure that these income are also computed correctly. I have got so many queries on our YouTube channel, where many of you have mentioned that the income from capital gain is not computed correctly and the grandfathering clause is not computed correctly. So it is your responsibility to cross-check the capital gain with your different capital gain statements that are being released by mutual fund houses and your depository. So cross-check those capital gains before you accept any pre-filled information at your income tax return. And one of the very important points that you need to keep in mind is to update your income tax profile, because most of the common information will be pulled up from your profile while filing your income tax return. So update your profile. We have a separate video which guides you how to update your profile 100% at the income tax portal. So don't forget to check out that video to get more information on updating your profile. The fifth point that you need to keep in mind before you file your income tax return is you will not be able to file your ITR1 if you have a TDS deducted under Section 194 or you have received ESOP shares during the FY 2021. Now, these are the new changes that has been introduced from FY 2021 in the income tax forms. So if you have filed your ITR1 last year while you have your ESOP shares, till last year it was okay, but from FY 2021 these are the new requirements, and now ITR1 is not the right form for you if you have these two conditions also satisfied. So Section 194N of the Income Tax Act suggests that if you have withdrawn more than 20 lakh rupees in the financial year from any bank in cash, then tax must be deducted on that income and you will not be able to file ITR1 in such a case. And the second condition is that if you have received an employee stock option share from your employer, again in that case you will not be able to file ITR1. The sixth point that you need to keep in mind before you file your income tax return is higher TDS and TCS rates. India is a country of more than 1.3 billion people, of which only about 5.5 to 6 crore people file their income tax returns. So to encourage more people to file their ITR, the new budget introduced higher TDS and TCS rates in case you have not filed your ITR consecutively for 2 years and you have a TDS of more than 50,000 rupees deducted in your case. So TDS is tax deducted at source and TCS is tax collected at source. TDS is deducted on your income, whereas TCS is deducted when you make any expenses and that expenses crosses certain threshold as prescribed by income tax department. So for example, if you've gone ahead and bought a car for more than 10 lakh rupees, then income tax suggests that the company selling the car would deduct certain TCS in your case because you have done a higher purchase, and they want to just track if your income is also in line with the expenses that you are incurring. So for this, Section 206AB and Section 206CCA of the Income Tax Act has been introduced, which says that if you have not filed your income tax return for consecutively 2 years and you have a TDS deducted of more than 50,000 rupees, then in such cases TDS and TCS will be deducted at 5% or double the rate of the TDS applicable under which you have your TDS is deducted, whichever is higher, and that rate will be applicable for deducting TDS and TCS. If you are coming under such a scenario where higher TDS is applicable, then do file your income tax return for FY 2021 so that you can come out of this curse, and again normal rate of taxes will be applicable to your income. The seventh important point that you need to keep in mind is to verify your income with your Form 26AS. As a taxpayer, you can use your Form 26AS to know the total income that has been reported by various companies and banks, to report the total income that you have earned during the year. It also shows you the amount of taxes that has been deducted on your income, the taxes that has been collected on your income, and the taxes or the advance tax that you have paid throughout the year for FY 2021. So before you file your income tax return, make sure that your income that you have received in your bank account also tallies with the income that is being reflected in your Form 26AS. If there is a mismatch, that if you actually have an income which is not reflecting in your Form 26AS and hence the TDS is also not reflecting in your Form 26AS, you should go back and check with your client or your employer that why these taxes are not reflecting in your Form 26AS before you file your ITR. The 8th point is payment of your self-assessment taxes. So once you have determined your tax liability for FY 2021 and you know how much taxes have already been paid by way of advance tax or TDS or TCS that has been deducted in your case for FY 2021, you will come to know what would be your self-assessment tax liability. So this liability would be any amount of taxes that is payable after reducing your advance taxes or TDS and TCS, and this is the liability that you will have to pay at the time of filing your income tax returns. Now, if this amount is more than 1 lakh rupees, then in that case, the due date for payment of your tax liability has not increased. It will still be 31st of July, whereas the due date of filing your income tax return has now been extended to 31st of December. So you want to make sure that if you have a tax liability of more than 1 lakh rupees, you want to make payment of your tax liability as early as possible so that you can save on interest under Section 234A, which is 1% per month for every month of delay from the due date of paying your tax liability. So make sure you compute your self-assessment tax liability and make the payment irrespective of whether you have time to file your income taxes and save up on your interest cost. The 9th point that you need to keep in mind before you file your income tax return is disclosure of assets and financial instruments. So your income tax return is not a form where you declare your income and pay taxes. It is also a form, so you need to declare your assets and your financial instruments like all your foreign bank accounts, all your Indian bank accounts that you hold, whether you have opened or closed any new bank account during the year, whether or not you are a director in any company, or whether or not you are a shareholder in any unlisted company. And if you are earning more than 50 lakh of rupees, you have to give a statement of your assets and liability whereby you have to give all assets that you are holding versus the liability towards those assets. You have to disclose it in your income tax return. If you are holding any foreign bank account, or if you are holding any foreign asset or security or foreign life insurance policy or any other security, you will have to disclose all of these foreign assets and foreign bank accounts mandatorily in your income tax return form. The 10th point that you need to keep in mind before you file your income tax return is reporting your exempt income. Whether income of yours is exempt from taxes, you still got to declare that income in Schedule EI of the income tax form. Now, this exempt income could be anything from your agriculture income, from interest from PPF accounts, interest from your PF account to the extent it is exempt from taxes, and income of a minor child up to 1500 rupees a year. So whatever exempt income that you are earning, you have to disclose those in your income tax return as well. The 11th point that you need to keep in mind before you file your income tax return is if you are switching jobs in any financial year. In case you switch your job in FY 2021, you want to make sure that you are not only disclosing your income from your last employer, but you are also disclosing your income from your previous employer while filing your income tax return. Many a times, if you have worked only for 1 or a couple of months in FY 2021, you might not have crossed the salary more than the basic exemption limit for taxation. So your previous employer might not have deducted any tax on that income, while you might not have submitted that income to your current employer, and hence that income is left off from deducting TDS entirely. You want to make sure that you are disclosing both the incomes while filing your income tax return so that you can avoid any mistakes while filing your income tax return. The 12th point that you need to consider before you file your income tax return is, in case you fulfill any of the 3 criteria as laid down by Finance Act, you have to mandatorily file your return of income even if you don't have income in that year or your income does not cross the basic exemption limit of 2,50,000 rupees. What are these criteria? Let's discuss them. The first criteria is if you have paid an electricity bill of more than 1 lakh rupees in FY 2021. So check out your electricity bill for every single month for FY 2021. Do the total of how much have you spent for the entire year, and if you have spent more than 1 lakh rupees, you have to file your income tax return irrespective of whether you have income or losses for FY 2021. The second criteria is if you have made a cash deposit of more than 1 crore rupees in all of your current account put together. So let's take an example. Every month if you are depositing say 10 lakh rupees in your current account, then for that entire year of FY 2021 you might have deposited more than 1 crore rupees in the current account by way of cash deposits. In that case, even if your business is making loss or if the profit is not crossed 2,50,000 rupees, you have to mandatorily file your ITR. The third criteria is if you have spent more than 2 lakh rupees on a foreign travel for yourself or for someone else in FY 2021. So we all know that foreign travels for FY 2021 have been restricted for the most part, but there have been many people who have traveled to countries like Maldives, and now it is Russia which is on the trends. So if you have spent any amount more than 2 lakh rupees for yourself or for your family, even if your income does not cross the basic exemption limit or your business is making losses, you have to mandatorily file your return of income irrespective of the amount of income that you are earning. And when you file your income tax return, because you qualify any of these 3 clauses, make sure that you tick off at the right place when you file your income tax return that you are filing your ITR because of any of these 3 reasons. And the last point that I want you all to keep a note on before you file your income tax return is the due date before which you need to file your income tax return, because failing to follow the due date leads to paying penalties and interest. So you don't want to do that. The original due date for filing ITRs for individuals and non-audit cases was 31st of July, which had been extended to 30th September and now to 31st of December. So if you are planning on filing your taxes, make sure that you file within the due dates. If you could not file your ITR before 31st of December, then the due date for filing belated ITR now is 31st of March 2022. So make sure that you file your ITR before the last stop of 31st of March, because beyond that you would never be able to file your ITR. And you don't want to miss filing your income tax return, because now you have section 206 where your TDS rate might double or become 5%, whichever is higher in your case. So now that you know all the changes that has taken place in income tax rule for FY 2021, make sure to apply these before you file your income tax return so that you can avoid making any mistake and so that you can prepare for your ITR filing pretty well. So I hope you learned something new today, and if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, and while you are at it, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so that you will always be in the know of when we drop fresh new content on this channel. Watch the rest of our videos on this series of income tax return filing made easy to learn some cool stuff for free. And I will see you in another episode. Bye for now.